From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast with Scott Sander.
Welcome to the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast. I'm Scott Sander. On this episode, how having a succession plan can increase the value of your business. The I.B.E. Black Business Training Institute creates success. You may qualify for it. And we look at how to grow your business in underutilized HUD zones and how to find out if you may be in one.
Every business is unique and has a target audience. If you own or manage a business, Circulus Digital Media can help you connect and grow your customer base with turnkey digital solutions that are nimble, offering best-in-class results, service, and support to reach a bigger customer base, allowing you to pinpoint a specific audience down to the smallest details. Get outside the city, the state, span the globe. Put Circulus Digital Media to work for you. Get started now at circulusdigital.com. That's circulusdigital.com.
Welcome again to Business, Equity, and Opportunities. I'm Scott Sander. Succession planning is a necessary step for businesses that succeed in order to grow the next generation of leaders. Kristen Mays Corbett and John Thompson are two of our community's most successful business leaders. They were on the panel at this year's Indiana Black Expo Business Conference to talk about the benefits of having a strong succession plan.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Access to capital.
I'm John Thompson. I own 4 companies, majority owner. I'm going to talk today, join a workshop speaking on succession planning and how to successfully transition your businesses. Well, you have to build value. You have to build value for the shareholders, whether that's just you and a partner or you and your family. And so in building shareholder value, you think about the end point. And the end point is what happens to the business, whether you're going to transition it to family, or you're going to sell it on the open market, or you're going to transition it to employees via an ESOP, or you can do a combination of things. A private equity firm could acquire a portion of it, and your employees and your family retain shares in the business. But you want to, what they say is maximize shareholder value. I'll use the term certainly increase shareholder value. First off, with small business, there are a couple different ideas that a community need to implement. The community should have a strategy too on their businesses, because that's the main center for creating jobs and wealth in your state. So the 2 real things that you want to do is you want to, 1, have new business formation. Entrepreneurs to start businesses and create an environment where you can help them be successful and grow. For existing businesses that are well managed and well led, you want to create an environment where you can create businesses of scale, size, that can grow rapidly, export their goods and services. And those businesses tend to bring capital back to the community. Capital that gets paid out in wages, that go out in dividends to shareholders. And when United Way and other charitable organizations come knocking, they're the ones who give the most. If it's just a company that's headquartered elsewhere, you've got to really work closely with those companies to get them to give into the community as much as companies that were formed there. But the strategy's 2-pronged. 1, new business formation, environment for them to grow, and 2, to help businesses grow and scale large where they can export goods and services.
My name is Kristen Mays Corbett, and I am president and CEO of Mays Chemical Company, which is a second-generation chemical and ingredient distribution company on the northeast side of Indianapolis. I'm on the succession panel today because I have successfully been through a succession plan which was executed in 2012 between myself and my father. Well, so it was really driven by the banking and finance community, because as our needs grew, they wanted to make sure that there was a plan for succession, not only for the business, but for the leadership in the business. And so my father really started thinking about, the business in perpetuity and who would take over. And I wasn't the first successor. We actually had a successor between myself and my father who ran the day-to-day. But it was really all about the security of the business and making sure that it would survive anything that may or may not happen to any of the owners involved. Really, it's about securing what you've built or securing what you are trying to build. And so you always need to be thinking about the talent that is around you and who could potentially take over, not only in the event of something negative that happens, but in the event of something positive that happens. And so let's say that, you've got a scenario where you've got to step away from the business for a short period of time, and you want to make sure that you have people around you that can handle the business, and that's really how you start looking at succession, is who is around you, and if I don't have those people around me, how can I get those people around me or build someone from within the business that understands everything that I understand. I think all succession plans are different. I think for me, it was that my father was still very much involved in the day-to-day of the business. He still came in every day, and so really just working through the challenge of getting people to see me as the successor while he was still in the picture. That was a little bit difficult, but he was very receptive to ways to get people to see that and to have that transition happen. And so luckily for me and for him, it wasn't really a stumbling block. But I think you've got to look at them. They're each very unique depending on the successee and the successor. And you've just got to craft your plan accordingly. I think it's the opportunity to provide learning for people in the community, and not only in this community, but in all of the communities that we are in. Really the opportunity to provide jobs, to provide a good living wage, and to work for a business that is really been in the community for a long time. So we're going on 45 years.
The Indiana Black Expo Black Business Training Institute is a free 12-week business management program for qualifying small business owners. It is designed to focus on practical business skills to help you better operate your business. We talked to two recent graduates at this year's I.B.E. Business Conference to see how it helped them.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities, running your business day to day.
My name is Deandra Wardell, and I'm the owner and CEO of On to the Next One Consulting. With my company, we are known as the Clarity Confidant for executive leaders. And what we do is we provide a psychologically safe space for executives, particularly executives in the not-for-profit space, help them identify what is it that they aspire to achieve, what is their current state. We help them to gain clarity on what are the key things they need to focus on, and then we work together to coach them in closing those gaps. I have been so fortunate to be a part of the I.B.E. Black Business Training Institute for the past 12 weeks. And so I received recognition. My business was recognized for my participation throughout the cohort. And I received a grant from Key Bank for actively participating and doing all of the hard work as a part of the Training Institute. Before I tell you what I learned at the Training Institute, let me tell you why the Training Institute was such a game changer for me. Before I was accepted into the Training Institute, I was at a crossroads in my business where I was thinking about, oh my goodness, things aren't going like I expected. Am I going to have to start looking for a job? And then I reminded myself of the purpose behind why I started my business. And I was like, you know what? Let me dig my heels in. I believe that it is not for me to go back to corporate America. And so I got an email about the Training Institute. I applied and I was accepted. Although I've been in business for about 4 years, I went in with the mind frame that I was just starting my business and I wanted to absorb everything. So I attended 100% of the classes, completed all the assignments, and I learned so much. I gained even more connections, networking opportunities, resources, support. I totally revamped my business plan, and it was just a great experience. I learned a lot. If I had to pick one thing that I learned, I think it's the importance of seeking business credit and business loans. Prior to the Institute, I had a certain mindset about applying for a loan. I felt like I had to try to do it by myself, which has been really hard. And so getting myself positioned to apply for loans, to apply for grants, and all that it takes for that application process. I learned that in the Training Institute, and it's been a game changer for my business. Why this means so much to me is because I have narrowed my focus of where I want to make an impact. And what I'm concentrating on is working specifically with not-for-profits, things I've done in my corporate life. I have a background in continuous improvement, Lean Six Sigma, human resources management, you name it. And all of the things I've experienced, all the training and certification I have. Indianapolis, I've been here for 11 years. This is home to me. And I want to take everything that I've learned and pour back into the community, pour back into not-for-profits so that we can continue to make an impact on the lives of the people within Indianapolis. So what this means to me is not only the grant, which is going to be a huge game changer. A portion of it I will be tithing and donating to my church, Light of the World Christian Church. Another portion I'll be tithing and providing micro grants to other small businesses. But it means a lot to me because it positions me and positions my firm to be in a place to make an even bigger impact in the Indianapolis community.
Hello, everyone. I am Takesha Jones, CEO and founder of Empowered to Be, and I am here at the I.B.E. Business Conference. I have been not only networking, I've been learning some amazing information from our panelists, from the discussions that we've been having, from succession planning, which we just left from, and also how to work with different procurement agencies and people around the city. So Empowered to Be is an art and wellness firm where we help executive leaders to manage their stress and their team stress through what? Fun and exciting health and wellness. That's art, that's visual, dance, movement, and some sound therapy. Just a fun way to break down some of the stresses that they're dealing with so that they can keep the morale, building that, reduce the stress, which helps full health and wellness, and help the business to continue to grow holistically. I.B.E. has been an excellent source of information for me. As a business owner, I've gone through the I.B.E. cohort. Actually, it was last year. And from then, I've not only attended the conferences, also I was given a booth last year. I attended that. And then from then on, the participants that were there, I networked with them, as well as some of the people who were panelists. I've been having conversations and working with their teams. Oh my gosh. The most exciting part is I get to play, have fun, and do art, and bring healing into the workplace, and to different clients where they deal with stress. And the most exciting part about where I'm going, we just hit 5 years, so that is good. Just learned too, most businesses after 5 years do not make it, like 50% of them. So I'm looking forward to the future of expanding with more corporate clients, more government clients, and moving globally.
I am Jetta Vaughn. I'm owner of Jetta BE&T LLC, where we bring fun to the workplace through HR, comedy, and wellness. So lunch and learns, team building exercises, corporate retreats, corporate advances, all things fun. And what I'm doing here is expanding my business, wanting to learn more about things that I don't know. And sometimes you just don't know what you don't know until you don't know it. So I participated in the Black Business Training Institute with I.B.E. the last summer cohort. We started like March of last year and ended in June. And from that, I was able to receive a grant for my business for equipment. One of my really big accomplishments this year is I want to work more with the senior population. So part of my wellness programming is going in and helping with the cognitive benefits of exercising and having fun and how that helps with their memory. And so I.B.E. is giving me a grant to buy equipment like fitness balls and exercises, all these things, and to prolong my certifications, to renew those, just so that I can just have continuity as a business. So it's been amazing. They've been a wonderful partner, and I'm very appreciative of the grant. My motto that I live by, and my husband says, you're an amazing woman for this, is if you don't ask, the answer is always no. If you're not in the room, you don't know what your business could benefit from. Last last year I attended this event. I went to every workshop. There was a workshop on doing business with universities, and I introduced myself to the panel. I ended up getting a keynote speaking engagement out of that with the University of Southern Indiana and the National Association of Educational Procurement. And so I was able to do not only a keynote speaking engagement, but they had me do stand-up comedy for their opening reception. And so, I thought I was crazy for saying, well, I'm an HR professional and I'm also funny, and doing this business and how is it going to bring this thing together? But pitching it to people, believing in myself, they see the passion that I have and they believe in it too. So you just never know where you're going to fit. My anticipation, last year I was able to grow my business 300%. And so what I will say, coming to these type of events and doing the business program, you get to see more of, how to structure your business. I went to business school. I have a master's in international business, but I always need a refresher, right? We always need that. And so really looking back at my books and saying, oh, I have grown over the last year. And so for me, my future is I want to grow another 300% next year. I want to look back at my books and say, I've done this thing, and just knowing that it's going to continue to grow.
If your business is located in an underutilized HUD zone, there may be economic opportunities available to you. Sharon Murph-Harvey is lead outreach and marketing specialist with the Small Business Administration, and she explained.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Industry Focus.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sharon Harvey, Lead Outreach and Marketing Specialist for the U.S. Small Business Administration, or better known as the SBA. I'm here today to celebrate or to participate in the Indiana Black Expo's 53rd Business Conference. So today I'm going to be talking about federal certifications, but most importantly, our hub zone, which is our historically underutilized business zone, which is to help small businesses that are actually in blighted or underutilized areas. And actually, believe it or not, we're standing in the middle of a hub zone. We're right here in the middle of Indianapolis. Well, a hub zone is based upon several things. One is the census tract. We have closed military bases, so you have areas of Fort Harrison that are considered hub zone. There are floodplains. So there's different areas and different reasons why an area could be designated a hub zone. So what we do is every 10 years, the census tract comes out, and some of them stay the same, and then some of them, go away or maybe move a block or two, but pretty much it's just to help restore those areas that were once blighted. A lot of businesses don't realize what a hub zone is. It's actually part of a federal certification where there's a 3% set aside, so not only can it help your business grow, it can actually provide set asides for your small business. And I like to say, for those of you that may be familiar with the Indianapolis area, at one particular time over off of Mass Ave is still considered a hub zone because at one time it was a popular area where people would go and shop, and then warehousing and small businesses changed, and it became just a desolate eyesore, and now it's back and it's a bustling area. So simply, if you would check your hub zone map, you can just go to sba.gov and through Hub Zone Map, you can actually put in your address and it'll tell you where the actual hub zones are. But for the actual designation, it helps your business in the federal certification world. So to be Hub Zone certified, you have to be 51% small business. You would have to use your NAICS codes to make sure that you fall within your not small business NAICS codes, but I can say that currently I think they say 99.6% of all businesses are small business, so most businesses will qualify. And then you have to just make sure that 35% of your employees live in a hub zone. So that could be any hub zone. That could be on the east side, west side, south side, just so long as your business, your employees live in a hub zone. So there's some other criteria based upon the size of your business, but for the most part, it's just, do you live in a hub zone? 51% of your business is run by a small business owner, and basically then we go from there to check to see how do you qualify, where you're at, and we can actually help you through that process. Everything everything we do is free. So we're here to help. I mean, I always like to say our small business owners and anyone, they're paying our salaries because we're servants. We're servants of the government. So come and let us help you. Come let us help you figure out which is the best certification for you. If it's not HubZone, that's okay. We have 3 others, and then we can also connect you to all of our other resources to help you to grow. And the biggest thing is to be ready.
Our thanks again to all the contributors who joined us for this episode of the Business Equity and Opportunities podcast. We hope you found it enlightening, useful, and inspiring. You'll find more information about the show on our website, BEOshow.com. You can watch Business Equity and Opportunities Sunday mornings at 10 on Wish TV or live stream it through wishtv.com. Each week we provide 7 full segments with topics ranging from how to get started and how to access capital to the day-to-day running of your business and questions about accounting and bookkeeping. We feature business news and trends and always share a success story from one of our contributors. Join us next time for more insights into the world of small business. Be sure to sign up for our Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to get even more valuable, up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or you'd like to be part of our show, please email us. The address is beo@wishtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Scott Sander. Thanks for listening.
Watch the Business Equity and Opportunity Show on Wish TV and access all of our content and share it on demand anytime at BEOshow.com. You can find more podcasts from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.